Afternoon, peoples. So, for me to not sound like a parrot and repeat myself, and for me to also not sound like an asshole most of the time, I need you, as the millennials, the new generation that's now driving vehicles, to understand something. You are not saving any money by buying your own parts. If you're asking me to do the job when it comes to labor, I have quite criterias and certain parts that I use to make sure I guarantee that job and to make sure I don't see your ass again for the same problem. You understand? So, you walking into a store, buying random items, and most of the time, no name items. If I fit them in accordance to you, right? Your request upon your first message to me is, I bought my own parts. What are you going to charge me for labor? Now, I give you my labor costs. I also write on your invoice parts provided by client, right? Also recommended by client that I just do what's asked of me. This is already pre-written on my invoices when I tell my wife they buying their own parts, right? So automatically I eco guarantee. I do not guarantee the job. So you can start that vehicle, drive a meter away from my workshop, and something can go bad. Is not my problem because you used inferior parts. I know how to fit them. I've been doing this a very long time. You understand? I've done this exact job at Reed's. That's a non-qualified mechanic. So I have certain criteria and certain parts that I use to make sure I don't see your ass again for that particular problem. So let's use a cylinder head problem, right? Your hydraulic lifters has collapsed. Your cam is now fucked. Rockers are all fucked. Here's the thing. It's not as simple as just a head job. I have questions. When you tell me that is the problem on your vehicle, I have questions. So now I'm going to ask you, what is the kilometers on the vehicle and have you done a major service? Anytime in the time you own it? Or do you have any knowledge of the previous client did a major on the vehicle? Now, a lot of times people will tell me, yes. I open bonnet, I look at the components, and I can tell you that these are all OEM components, meaning the oil pump still says GM on it. So your vehicle's warranty is finished before the oil pump's major service is due, which is at 200,000. And your vehicle is out of warranty at 100. So you understand why I have questions. At 200,000 Ks or 180,000 Ks, you want a new oil pump. The sump must come off. Your bearings at the bottom end must be inspected for clearance. Wiggle, waggle, take off, inspect. Physically have a look at it. And then put the stuff back if there's nothing wrong with it. So you're not pulling all the shit apart. You're pulling one or two random ones that you know this is the area where the engine starves the most of oil. So you're pulling that particular caps. This is things we pick up over the years. So there's a reason why we do what we do. It's not just us wanting to crap in your motor. You don't know the health of your motor. I don't know the health of your motor. So how am I going to know the health of the motor if I don't actually inspect it? But at 200,000 Ks, you are due for a oil pump. Your sump needs to be cleaned out. Most of the block surfaces and things must be cleaned. Must be inspected, must be checked. If there's piston play or any carbon buildup around your rings and shit, that must be addressed. The engine's open, the head's off, the bottom end's off. All you're going to do is pay for labor where it comes to pulling rings and bearings or having machining done to put new pistons. So that I discuss with you when it comes to doing a job, because I need to prepare you for when we open and find problems. We are not there to create problems. It's your vehicle. Even if you bought it 5 minutes ago, you've accepted any and all problems on the vehicle because you as a grown-up chose not to take a mechanic along when you buy that vehicle, and you know jack shit about the car or how to fix the car. So that's why I always advise people to vat the mechanic saam. Betaal eier in die man for a call out, betaal him for an inspection, whatever. If he's pulling you for an inspection and you're looking at 3 or 4 cars in the same lot, he'll probably work out one deal so that he can inspect the vehicle and tell you, look, you're going to spend so much on that one because the suspension is fucked. That thing's running a bit warm, so I don't think you're going to want to take on that thing unless you want to do a major immediately. This one's clutch is a little low or whatever. You have a heads up on what you're getting yourself into. So, ja, ons ramble weer van die topic af, but at the end of the day, mechanics have criteria and certain things they use when they do a job. Yes, you can use the cheapest components. I've proven it. Myself have proven it. Certain things can't be the cheapest shit on the market. You can buy the cheapest cylinder head on the market. If the block's straight, the head's straight, it will fucking last 20 years. When it comes to valve stem seals and seals around the engine, you'll want to buy something within a good range, like a Victorian, and it's not that expensive. It's within your budget still. So you want to buy something that's going to last longer. And also, if we're doing a head job, we are pulling shit apart. Water pump, thermostat, timing belt, tensioner, you are there. You understand? That's where the major comes in. So, if your cam has fritten off because of lack of oil starvation, your lifters has given in because of either burnt oil or lack of oil, there's a reason why the top end has cucked. You understand why I have questions when it comes to a cylinder head job, especially when it comes to oil starvation. It means the rest of the motor's also starving of oil. So, I gotta prep you for worst case shit when it comes to a job like that. At the end of the day, we are gonna open up, you're going to find problems, and then you're gonna tell me, but that was my budget, I'm done. At least I prepped you. Worst case, I would tell you. Worst case, that's what you're looking at. So now you've mentally and physically prepared yourself. Yes, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but you're going to drive another fucking 10 years by the time that person's done. The job's just got to be done correctly. That's all. Certain vehicles, you don't need to spend a ton of money where you're reboarding in new pistons and things. I've proven this on my daughter's car and on my car. I just refreshed both when I bought it. My daughter's every single day of the week, she fucks off the valve with the car, and I can have confidence knowing that she can hammer the shit out of that thing, and she's good because her car gets serviced and my car gets serviced at the same time. So I keep a mental note of what was done, when it was done. Even if I serviced my car last week and I did hers a month ago, I will try and schedule that shit in the same time. Even if that oil is a week old, reservice the thing. So now the dates align. You don't need to that one's due in 6 months, and you're gonna confuse yourself with what, because we don't write this shit down. So do we have an understanding that most mechanics try to use their own suppliers for a reason? It's not just the name brands. I've grown to use cheap brands, but it's a name brand, not a no-name brand. I try and save my clients money where I can. And where I do save money, I throw it into something else that they sometimes don't even know about. Like buying extra brake cleaner to clean more shit out. Like cleaning out the blocks where the taps are, the screws are, and all that things. There's funding in there that we don't tell you about, but we use it on your vehicle at the end of the day. So yeah. Verstaan is nou hoe die werk. You think you're saving money, but you're not saving money. If I throw pirate lifters in there and they make a noise and they don't go quiet, you're going to be pissed at me. So, I'd rather be pissed at you before than after. So, I had a quiet wish for me because you didn't get your way, but your car's fucking fixed correctly. Sorry, but yeah. Ek gaan nie myself 'n push maak of 'n kaknaam gee because you want to be cheap at the end of the day nie. Certain things Opel do not want pirate, and you need to understand that.